Hey everyone, this is Eric with Tenzing Strategic Consulting. We've got another final life adventure coming up for you in just a minute. But before we do that, as we close out the year, I just want to mention a couple things that will help you to wrap up 2017 and kick off 2018 in a great way. So as we close out the year, it's an important time to take a few moments, rest and relax and recharge with the family, but also make sure that you're reflecting a little bit on what happened through the year. What were some successes that you had, some real wins? What are some challenges that you faced? Most importantly, what did you learn from it? It's very good to reflect on that, take some notes, talk about it with people important to you in your company and your family, and that will help set you a good perspective so that you can set things up for success going forward towards 2018. Now, speaking about 2018, I want to give some very general advice. It doesn't matter whether you're a company of 10,000 people, whether you're a solopreneur, whatever industry you're in. Here are some basic things that I really encourage you to focus on going forward to 2018. Number one, I really encourage you to focus on your people, okay? Invest in your team, invest in creating a great culture. Make sure that there's open communication, make sure that you're giving good autonomy, make sure that you're creating a fantastic purpose, and really infusing that culture in your team. It's the best investment you can make. You're going to get the greatest return when you've got a team that's engaged, that's understanding why you're doing things, that's really pulling together in a unified force there to help you achieve what you want to achieve. The second thing that I strongly encourage is for you to think differently. There are a lot of companies that have had great success by doing fairly similar things the last 10, 15, 20 years, and that's great, but the world is a quickly changing place. And not just around the world, but even in the local economy here. I don't think that things are going to get back to the way they were just a few years ago. So it's important for us to think differently. What are some new ways that we can meet the needs of our customers? How can we take advantage of some of the new technologies like artificial intelligence and robotics that are coming down the pipe much faster than we think? It's an important thing to make sure that you're really stretching yourself, challenging the status quo, taking a look at even the things that do seem to be working and saying, what could we be doing differently? We need to find different sources of information. So look outside your company, create partnerships, bring in different perspectives, and really challenge yourself to think differently. And the final thing that I recommend is take action. Okay, there are a lot of fantastic ideas out there, great theories, but it's important to make sure that you're putting those ideas and theories into action. Whether it's a one-year strategic plan that you need to find a way to implement so that you're moving step by step, climbing that mountain one step at a time, doing a little bit each day to get there, or whether it's a potentially, maybe a bit of a crazy idea, take action to find a way to validate it, to experiment. So turn those ideas into action. They can be very small. They don't have to cost a lot at all. In fact, constrain yourself to how much time and money you're going to put to it, but make sure you are putting that stuff into action, okay? That's the best way that you're going to be able to validate your learnings, to actually see how it's going to potentially work or not. But so long as it remains an idea in your head, you're not going to be able to move forward. So commit to action is step number 3. Okay, and with that, on to our final life experience for the year. It's been a great year. We've done a ton of great things. I'm hoping that it's maybe inspired some of you to try some different stuff, to challenge yourself, to get different experiences. As I always say, you're busting your butt to work hard. Make sure you're getting out there and trying different things, enjoying life. It's brought a lot of fulfillment to my life. I've been able to share a lot of it with my daughter and other friends and family. And I'm going to continue it on. I may not necessarily put them all into video, but it's been a hugely rewarding part of what I've been doing. So here's our final one. Happy New Year, happy holidays to everyone. Close out 2017 with a bang, and here's to a fantastic 2018 for all of us.
Hey everyone, this is Eric with Tenzing. So we decided for December we're going to do a different kind of adventure. We're going to try making fresh mozzarella made from scratch, right from milk. So we'll show you the ingredients and we'll get started.
Okay, so there's just a few ingredients for this. Obviously the first one is milk, and what you want to try to do is get as close to raw milk as you can. Can't buy raw milk in Canada, but we can get non-homogenized, whole, organic, and just make sure it's not ultra pasteurized. We also need animal rennet, and we want to add a little bit of citric acid as well, which is needed to make it stretchy. We'll also add a little bit of salt, and you're going to need some non-chlorinated water to dissolve things in. So 4 liters of milk. Just heat it up to about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, next we're going to add the citric acid. Mix that up and then heat it up to 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, so we're at 90. We're gonna turn the heat off and we're gonna add the liquid rennet. So you wanna put that in, stir it for about 30 seconds, no more, and then we'll let it rest. As soon as you put this in, the milk is gonna start to separate and you wanna let the curd set. So that's why you don't wanna stir it any longer than you have to, really. All right, let that sit for about 10 minutes. All right, we gave it another couple minutes. It's set pretty decently, so now we're going to cut it up into a 1 to 2 inch cubes. Okay, now it's cut up. We want to heat it up to about 105 degrees, very slowly. All right, so as you can hopefully see, the curds are separating a little bit more from the whey. As it sits and heats up, it expels the whey out of the curd a little bit more, so that's good. And then we're going to move on to draining it. Keep some of the whey for storing it later. Okay. It's pretty wet, so we gotta kind of press out the rest of the whey. Getting there. It takes a lot of squeezing to get as much of the whey out as we can, really. Okay, so I kind of broke it into different sections and I've just been squeezing them a little bit to get a fair bit of the whey out. You can keep them a little moist. It'll just be a more moist mozzarella, I guess. It might look like a mozzarella ball, but this is just a ball of curd. So we gotta do a few more steps. All right, so we got our curd balls here. I'm going to cut them up into smaller pieces and then we're going to start to stretch them. Okay, we're going to put that in to start, just some lukewarm water, really. We're also going to add a little bit of salt to the water. This is what adds flavor. Make sure you use non-iodized salt, so kosher salt, sea salt, something like that. So now we're going to start slowly adding really warm water, not quite boiling, just below boiling, about 160 degrees, bit by bit here, and it's going to start to melt the curd, and then we start to stretch it. Hopefully this works. Looks like it's pretty cooked, as they call it. There's, can't feel any lumps where the curds were. It's not looking as satiny smooth as some of the videos I saw, but I don't know, I tried adding extra hot water, it's not really doing a lot more, so we're going to try forming it into little mozzarella balls. Kind of get some in there, try to make it smooth, and wring its little neck. Ugh. Oh jeez. Well, not quite. Kind of like that. And these are pretty ugly mozzarella balls, but I think they work. Not too bad. Half decent. Then plunk it in the ice water. our cheese. Salt and pepper, some olive oil. All right. Whoa, look at that. Ooh. Melted well. That was good. Yeah.